This is the kind of case that drives you nuts, a sealed door mystery. The door is locked from the inside, there's no sign of forced entry, and not a single suspect on camera. It seems simple, right? Until you try to explain how it happened. Let's look at the door to the apartment. No pry marks, the frame is spotless, the strike plate is solid, yet sometime during the night, the deadbolt on the inside just moved. And in the morning, a tiny, almost invisible clue was left behind. It's not about what's missing, like money or valuables. It's about what's been added, what's been changed. In cases like this, absence is louder than damage. The apartment belongs to a night shift nurse we'll call Mira. She lives on the 6th floor of a building with working cameras in the lobby, the elevator, and her hallway. It's a standard layout. A long straight corridor, a few camera blind spots. After a grueling double shift, Mira gets home. The smell of the hospital still clings to her clothes. Keys drop into a bowl. She sends a quick home text to a friend, washes her hands, and crashes. No fight, no loud noises, just the deep, exhausted silence of someone finally at rest. What breaks that silence isn't a knock or footsteps. It's a soft, metallic click, the sound of the deadbolt engaging, and at that exact moment, every single camera shows nothing. No one approaches her door, no shadow flickers under the peephole, the hallway is completely still. Morning comes. The deadbolt is fully locked, the door secure from the inside. It looks like any other uneventful night until investigators take a closer look. The evidence whispers. There are no scratches on the deadbolt lever, but there is a faint, rubbery smear, like something soft was dragged across it under pressure. The peephole's inner ring, the part inside the apartment, it turns with just a little fingertip pressure. It shouldn't do that, and on the counter, next to the keyboard, is a single synthetic red fiber with a heat-sealed edge. The kind a manufacturer adds to a tiny tab so it won't fray. Then there's the text message, a warning, sent from a prepaid number that was activated that day and abandoned less than 24 hours later. It was a tool, not a conversation. The building's cameras, which seem so useless, actually tell their own story. The lobby shows no late-night entries. The elevator doors open to an empty space twice, as if someone called it and then cancelled. The corridor camera doesn't see a person, but it does catch a brief flicker, the telltale sign of a motion sensor waking up and going back to sleep. The entire event happened in a window of less than a minute. So what's the theory? Did the bolt just slip? Maybe it wasn't fully turned and a vibration from the building nudged it shut. But tests show that's unlikely. A half-latched bolt would slip almost immediately, not hours later. And Mira's lock has a firm click. You can feel it settle into place. Gravity alone can't explain that clean, deliberate sound or the rubbery smear left on the lever. Accidents are rarely this tidy. How about a powerful magnet? Someone pokes it through the peephole to twist the mechanism from the outside. Sounds like something out of a spy movie, right? But it just doesn't work. First, the peephole lens itself would block most of the magnetic force. And even if you removed the lens, you wouldn't get enough torque to turn the lever. It's like trying to turn a steering wheel with a drinking straw. Plus, you'd have to stand right in front of the door for a while, exactly where the camera is pointed. Clever in theory, but impossible in practice. The evidence points to a much more careful method, one that involves preparation. Imagine this. A thin, transparent filament or a clear strip of tape is attached to the deadbolt lever earlier in the day. It's then routed along the inner edge of the door into the tiny gap by the latch. From the outside, you barely see it. Maybe a slight shimmer if the light hits just right. Hours later, all it takes is one steady pull. The person doesn't even have to be at the door. They could be down the hall in a camera blind spot. The pull turns the lever, locking the bolt. The adhesive peels away cleanly. The rubbery smear, that's from the soft material dragging across the metal. That tiny red fiber, it's from a tab used to handle the filament. And the loose peephole, that suggests it was tampered with during a legitimate visit, like a fake maintenance check. Someone in a uniform with a clipboard gets 30 seconds at your door, and you'd never think twice. But why go to all this trouble if you're not stealing cash or electronics? The goal is information. A password scribbled on a sticky note by the router, a Wi-Fi QR code on the fridge, a calendar marking when you'll be out of town, a quick photo of a key to duplicate later. These things take seconds to capture and leave no obvious trace. You're not going to notice that a number was read with eyes instead of stolen with hands. Think about it. Even small things can be used as tools. That key bowl on the counter, if it's slightly turned, it can be a reference point. The intruder comes back, lines up their view with the bowl's new position, and confirms the deadbolt is locked. People who plan like this are meticulous. They leave nothing to chance. So let's reconstruct the night. The day before, during a maintenance visit, the peephole is loosened and the deadbolt's stiffness is tested. A transparent line is pre-threaded through the door gap. Late that night, from a camera dead zone, a single controlled pull turns the lever. Click. The bolt is locked. The line peels away, and a tiny tab falls onto the counter. The operator leaves without ever being seen. The prepaid text message? It's a brilliant touch. It creates hesitation. If Mira wakes up, the message makes her pause. If she sleeps, it's just a timestamp. The real attack surface here isn't the lock, it's time and trust. A door you feel safe behind at noon can be compromised by midnight. A peephole that spins is a warning sign. No forced entry can simply mean the entry was prepared hours or even days before. So, what's the lesson? Pay attention to the small things. If your peephole spins, replace it or secure it. Use a latch guard to cover the gap by the door latch. Put a tiny mark on your deadbolt's fully locked position. If it moves, you'll know. And keep your own log of any maintenance visits. Names, times, and a quick photo. Documentation is a lock people forget to pick. And be mindful of your habits. A calendar visible from the door, a key left in the open, these can be invitations. The loudest clues are often the ones we've trained ourselves to ignore. The door didn't lock itself. It obeyed a quiet, patient plan. This is Criminal Stories. What's your theory? How would you have done it differently, or what would you secure first in your own home? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that explore the thin line between routine and intention.